You want to share some Dick Butkus memories from your time with him?
Oh gosh. Sure. Chris, you remember the time when he came in
Yeah, at the draft, first one in
to our
Chicago.
radio show studio. We interviewed him in his first at the first draft in Chicago, and to have a guy who personified the style of play for the team he played for and personified the city, and state that he's from, with his style of play. I mean, that was a great moment for us. Look at that picture there with him in his hat. And he was so cool, right? When he walked in the door, it's just one of those few players that you sit there and you see it like, my God, that's Dick Butkus. And again, you just see the footage of his play and the way he hit and the way he patrolled and the way he just was bigger than everyone else there on the field, and then larger in life once you saw him off the field as well. He's truly one of the all-time greats and one of the all-time great humans as well. He came on the show multiple times since that time in Chicago to talk about, your health and having a heart-conscious life, and a man that was full of heart. Being the carrier of such a message made so much sense, because he almost died, and I was still so shocked to hear that he passed away at the age of 80 up there in Malibu. And I do remember that one time when I was up there with my family and had to go running out because Zan, who's 15 now, was probably about 3 at the time, and I had to go running out for some sort of some milk or something, and I ran to a local, supermarket there in Malibu, and I'm walking down the dairy aisle, and I just hear this gruff "Rich," and I turn around, and it was Dick Butkus standing there, like shopping for eggs, and I didn't know what the hell to say. I'm like, oh my God, like this is Dick Butkus, and he was so sweet and fun, and just talked football, and just wanted to and I'm like thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm talking football with Dick Butkus in a dairy aisle of a supermarket. Like, what the hell is going on in the world?
That sounds like a Mad Lib.
It really was unbelievable, but he was just so personable. And then, obviously you thought he wouldn't be, because he just tore everyone's head off. And then you saw, what he was doing, with Bubba Smith and commercials, growing up, and how he was just full of life and just full of everything that was great about the sport that we love. And I just sit here and I spent a minute just, praying for him and his family yesterday, thinking about him, because it was so stunning to me. At age 80, he left us, and you got to think. I thought to myself, I know a lot of all the players currently on the Bears were never alive watching Dick Butkus, and I'm sure they've seen some videos if they took the time. But I thought to myself, man, the Bears might not lose that game last night. When I woke up this morning and I saw the final score 40-20, I thought to myself, well, maybe Dick in his first moments up there in heaven, sitting up there watching the game with Papa Bear Hallis and the rest of the all-time greats of the Chicago Bears, having a nice cold one, watching the Bears win their first this year. I thought it was all kismet. And I just say rest in peace. So Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, well done. I love that guy. And as you said, I don't think anyone personified a city and a team and a franchise in any town and played at that level better than that guy. He's a top 10 player of all time, who was born and raised there on the South Side, went to high school there, went to college, as you said, at Illinois, then came back home, was a first-round pick for that team, and then was the poster child of that franchise and the style of, you see the videos, like Rich is almost to the point where when we ran some of the old footage last night, whether it was on NFL Network before the game or on Prime in their pregame, like you cringe to the point where, like, can we still show this video?
Yeah.
Like, it's
was
so
vicious.
violent. It was such a different style of play.
Right. And there was, I think, a play of somewhere. What was it? It may have been, I think it was like either a fake field goal or something, where
he caught the
Butkus,
ball in the end zone,
he
right?
caught the ball in
Yeah.
the end zone and kind of he was the first kind of shrug, like Jordan, shrugged when he made all those threes, and he shrugged after catching the ball and then handed the ball to his opponent. And I'm like, now that's 15 yards today also,
awesome.
like, hey, there you go.
And he was so good on TV and in movies.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned the commercial with Bubba. I remember an old commercial, and I think I might have been watching it in college, and maybe we had GN, where he sold this like hibachi that you took to the beach. It was like an infomercial where you burn newspapers and you cook your food. And he was in this infomercial on North Avenue Beach in Chicago, like burning newspapers and making brats on the beach in Chicago. He like had this personality as a pitch man, but yet he was still that grumpy old man tweeting during games and mad at management and mad at coaching. Like he wore everything on his sleeve, but damn it, he loved the Bears. Yeah,
100%. And it made sense that they came up with their first win and snapped a 14 game losing streak on Thursday night, on the day that he passed.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.